Joffrey looks close. He's flying out there today. Is there a game plan that might be able to get him back in the near future?
Well, the game plan was to see how he fared today for sure, and then we'll see what happens and how we go forward tomorrow's practice and see where that takes him into the weekend. So I haven't had that conversation yet. So I'm hoping that he comes through today with, without any setbacks or any kind of negative response. So it seems like he did everything, went through practice well, so I'm hoping that's favorable.
What's the latest on Dion?
It's about the same as yesterday. I haven't really heard anything more. I do know that he won't be playing any of these 2 games, so we're past this weekend.
Was it just a setback from when he was practicing with the team?
I think that he was practicing and it wasn't getting better, and they did some more tests and more scans, and they found other things that put it back, made it longer.
In terms of effort, you like what you're seeing in practice?
Today I thought the effort was good. I thought the guys responded well. My meeting was short and to the point, and I think they responded the way we have to work. I think we should be working harder in the games than we do there, and I think they realize that there has to be a certain response.
Do you think the negativity that Ole Jokinen mentioned last night seeps into the game? How could it not?
I think that it's, when you lose some games and you're trying to find resolve and trying to find a response, I think there's natural to have some negative energy around. I think the negative energy, comes in here, or it comes a little bit from you guys, it comes a little bit from the results of the game, and it's our job to prop them back up and make sure that they're ready to play every day. I mean, losing is not fun, but there's got to be a certain way we approach every day. And so that comes with a lot of positive energy. Sometimes positive energy can be a little harder.
So when you get away from the game, away from the rink, what's your way of kind of putting hockey behind you and forgetting about it?
My wife doesn't let me think about it too much. She keeps me. I got a to-do list, and I have to, stay on top of all that stuff. So she puts me in my place.
Is it hard though, as an interim head coach in this kind of spot? It wasn't an easy spot that you walked into.
Yeah. It's probably harder than most places. There's more critiquing of every situation, and I understand that goes with it. I obviously would like to see us been in different results of the games that we've played, but I've always looked at myself to be able to handle situations and to respond in a positive way or a leadership way. I'm not happy. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to stand up and I'm going to get them to try to stand up, and I'm not going to allow whatever the situation be to become something that we don't like worse than it is. So I don't know if that made sense. It made sense to my head.
Are there comparisons to stepping into the Panthers as an interim head coach to this, or was this a completely different situation for you?
I think it was similar in some ways when you come in and there was, there's disarray a little bit. There's some negativity a little bit. You have to change that. But there's less critiquing. There's less media. There's less people talking about it. So you can really concentrate more on what's happening out there. We didn't have the same results. We were pretty much 500 or got up to be 500 when we were down until the trading deadline when the guys got hurt and they traded some guys. So, up to that point there was some positive. They thought that they had a chance of making the playoffs, kind of like where they are now. And we got ourselves up pretty close, and then with the, that's the difference, I think, is the critiquing, and there were better results.
What happened there at the end? Phil seemed to be petitioning pretty hard that he buried one. He had to make a penalty shot ruling.
Yeah, I think that, there's always, that's what you want to see out of it. You want to see the competition, the competitiveness come out of it. The net got pushed back, and, they're arguing that it would have gone in, should have gone in, it counted, it didn't count, and I just want to see that kind of passion and that kind of direction. I want to see that in the games. I want to see them hungry. I want to see them fighting for, their position in the game. They wanted to win that game. They knew that there was some skating involved. We kind of took them off the hook and let them both do it. So, but that's what you want out of that situation. I want to see them competitive in practice. I want to see them battling for in all the drills and be more competitive there and let that carry over into the games.
Is that what you take from last night's third period and apply at even strength Friday night in Raleigh?
I think that there was some positive effort, but you know, we turned the puck over way too much, and that is not going to win many games when we did that. We had too many penalties and our penalty killing, and I take some responsibility for that. But the penalty killing wasn't where we needed it to be on their first two, and they scored both those times. We changed, made adjustments in the game, got a little more aggressive, and we killed off the rest. But you know, that was the biggest difference. If we don't turn pucks over and work the way we can work, we'd be in a positive situation. We'd probably win that game.
Are those your biggest concerns, the PK and effort? Of the
No, our PK's been good pretty much all year. We're 7th in the league. We've done some positive things. We've had guys go out that has hurt us, and we lost Leo. We brought in some new people, and they picked up right where it was. Trevor Smith came in and did a good job. But there's been a few games here and there that like last night, but there was an early game against Pittsburgh where they scored 3. And those games kind of take your record or your percentages down. But I think the penalty killing has been pretty consistent. We've gone through a stretch of January, like 18 games or so, that we only had 1 or 2 goals in the whole time. So, you know, it's been pretty positive. My concern is the turnovers, is the areas of the game where we can control that. And that's not a good way to play hockey.
What makes Winnick a good penalty killer?
Well, I think he studies it, for one. He's got a natural ability to have a good stick. He competes. He's always been a penalty killer in this league for quite a while. Even going back all the teams he's played on, he's been a penalty killer in Anaheim and in Arizona. He's been one of those guys that reads situations. He can play in almost any way you want to kill, and he can perform in that. So he's kind of like sometimes another coach at times in the penalty kill, because he reads situations and will come to me with ideas, and sometimes we can share those with the rest of the guys. So he does a really good job.